The following YouTube clip is to demonstrate the ease in which our Hercules conversion can be fitted to the Land Cruiser Troopy. The 78 series Land Cruiser Troopy is the ideal platform to convert into your overland camping vehicle. You will notice that the tools that we're using here are found in most basic workshops. There are only one or two specialized items, riv nut gun and pneumatic shears that you may need to source from specialists such as your pneumatic suppliers. Always inspect the vehicle completely and thoroughly before undertaking the conversion, just to make sure that there are no unforeseen marks and damages to the vehicle that you did not bring to the client's attention. Always be sure to cover all the internal parts, seats, dashboards, any area that may be susceptible to damage while undertaking the conversion. We have chosen to remove all internal parts as we will also be undertaking further conversion work in this particular vehicle. However, if you are only doing a roof replacement, it would not be necessary to remove all internals. Be sure to hang on to parts. Certain parts will be going back into the place. Certain parts you will not use again. Allow you to make your roof cutout. Be sure to keep all the handles and parts that are removed from the vehicle, as certain parts will be reused, certain parts will not. At the rear end where the high mount brake light is fitted, we remove this brake light. In certain vehicles they like to reinstall. Alternatively, we fit a handle in that position. It's the choice of the client what they might prefer to do. Once we've completed stripping the internal lining out of the roof, we then set about marking the external area for where we're going to cut with the shears. This is approximately 65 millimeters up from the gutter line or around the windscreen area. The new roof conversion will hide the cut line once it is installed. Once we've completed marking out the area where we need to cut, we will then drill a nice pilot hole into the roof in order to get the shears in to start cutting the roof conversion. These pneumatic shears cut through the roof like a hot knife through butter, and within a few minutes you will have the entire roof portion cut out of the roof, nice and clean, no shavings lying around, no very sharp edges to concern yourself over. Once the roof has been removed, you will need to find the 4 mounting points that were holding the cross braces on the roof. You will need to now cut these braces off 25 millimeters from the top. After cutting these down, you will drill out the bottom hole to receive an 8 millimeter riv nut, and now you are able to mount the bracket that is going to help bolt down the roof to that point. We will reuse the existing 6 millimeter hole above, and we will use the 8 millimeter hole that you've now created in the base of the bracket, which will bolt to the riv nut. Once the brackets are in position, we set about treating all the cut off roof area for rust proofing. So we paint a rust repellent all the way around where we've cut the roof because its raw metal is exposed. Once you've finished painting the exposed edge, we then add a pinch weld trim to that entire lip around the roof. It gives it a far more professional and safe finish that is supplied to you with the kit. Once we have fitted the trim around the top edge, we place the roof conversion over the Troopy and possibly sometimes do a quick dry fit just to make sure that it's all working and fitting nicely. Then we lift it again and put some cross members underneath with some foam around them to protect the roof conversion so that we can start to set up and apply the glue where needed. I like to apply a double line of glue just to be sure to prevent any risk of you having missed portions or allowing air or wind or water to possibly get past those lines, although it's highly unlikely once the installation or the roof is dropped into place. You can now get some help, and if you can just lift the roof up, pull out your cross braces and slowly lower the roof into position. The pure weight of the roof will allow it to seat nicely, but if it feels like it's not, you need to pull down, and you can set about from the inside bolting the brackets into place, which will pull the roof firmly down into position. At the rear of the Troopy, you will need to mount the 2 stainless steel throw-over catches that lock the roof down. These you will need to drill through from the inside, because they too help to bolt the Troopy roof to the vehicle. So you have the 4 brackets internally that hold it down, and the 2 brackets at the back. So it's those 6 points that are fixing it into place. But the set glue is all that's really required to hold it in position. The bolts are there as a rudimentary extra support. The shadow awning mounting brackets for the Troopy are self-explanatory. They are placed in position on the back corner and down the length of the awning up front. They mount to the awning, the Troopy conversion itself, and when you position them, you will see where the required holes need to be drilled. You've now fitted your Troopy Hercules conversion. It's a good idea to just test it, pop it open, close it down, check that everything's working nicely and that it's good to go. Make sure that you've cleaned up, polished up, and hand over to hopefully a very happy customer.